Hey guys, it's Luke, and today I am in the 2015 Golf GTI doing a little point of view video for you guys. We have an episode on this coming up. Just finished filming for that, but I figured I'd give you guys a little sneak peek of what it's like to drive the new 2015, well, not really new anymore, but it was new 2 years ago, 2015 Golf GTI S. Now this is the base model, bone stock, doesn't have the limited slip, but goddamn is it good to drive. It's so much fun, as you're about to see from this point of view video. Now, the way this car handles is really unlike anything else. The steering, it's super communicative and extremely direct, but it's not super heavy and it doesn't have too much road feel, but it just does such a good job of placing the car exactly where you want it. It's ridiculous. Like, I can just barrel through these turns with total confidence that the car is going to go where it needs to go. It's incredible. It tightens up quite a bit at higher speeds. At a low speed, it's actually fairly light, and it's actually pretty easy to just navigate traffic and whatnot, but once you're on roads like these, it's incredible. Now, I'm sitting here in 6th gear, doing about 60, and when I get on the gas at like 2,300 RPM, you're getting into the turbo pretty quick. Like, so listen, foot hard down, there's the turbo in 6th gear, that quick. And you probably can't hear it in the video, but with the windows down, you can actually hear the blow-off valve, and I probably just got my finger in the shot there, but whatever, it was worth it. It's so easy to rev match this car. When you're just driving along, just stick it into 5th, stick it into 4th. The pedals are very nicely spaced for a good heel toe downshift. The engine is super quick to respond, especially for a turbo engine. Damn, is it good. Slowing down responsibly for the unorganized community here. Just look at that. You could definitely get in trouble with this thing if you're not thinking, that's for sure. It's absolutely bonkers to drive. It just manages to combine so many of the things that anyone that's buying a car is gonna want. You have practicality, you have speed, you have quality, you have value. This car just combines all of that in such a unique way, in such a good way. I can't think of any other car that really does this. I mean, I would say the Focus ST, but you can't really show up to your job as an accountant or a business manager in your Focus ST. The Golf GTI, though, it's like a yabo in a suit with his hair combed and his beard shaved, and he took off his backwards baseball cap. That's what this car is like. But then after hours, he puts it all back on and goes and dials it all up to 11. That's what this car does. With the ST, I'm pretty sure you're dialed up to 11 every single time the key's in the ignition. Of course, I haven't driven one yet. I hope to soon, but for now, I mean, all I can say is that this thing is just, in my opinion, class leading, as far as I know. It's just incredible. Like, this thing drives, I've driven a Corvette, I've driven Miatas, I've driven other cars, other rear-wheel drive sports cars, and this handles better than definitely the Corvette. The Miata, I'm not gonna say it handles better than the Miata, but considering that you have all this practicality and all of this insane quality with it, I'd say it's pretty damn close in terms of the way it handles. It's very impressive. And whilst this car is the same 0 to 60 time as the Miata actually does it 0.2 of a second quicker, it still feels like this car is quicker, because when the boost comes on, you're just kicked back and you're just like, damn, that's what really gets you in this car. You're just like, wow, I was not expecting that. Remember the first time I drove this thing, I got on the gas and I was like, well, this isn't any quicker than my Focus. If anything, it feels a little bit slower. And then I got to 3,000 RPM and the turbo kicked me in the ass and I was like, well, never mind. So it's kind of amusing, you know, like that's something I love about turbo cars. Yeah, you don't necessarily get the immediate response that you get with a naturally aspirated car, but when you do get that response, it comes as a shock. It like kicks you in the back and you're like, damn. And there's something amusing about that. It's definitely a lot of fun. Even like for 210 horsepower, I drove a STI a couple days ago, and to me, this thing feels quicker. And you guys are probably going to be like, Luke, you're full of crap. I mean, honestly, when you get the boost on, this just hits the boost so much harder, in my opinion, than the STI does. The STI is more of a smooth, like linear increase in power, whereas this thing, it just rams you with it. And I don't want to go that way because there's a car going that way. I honestly should probably turn around because I don't really know where I am anymore. Clutch engage is pretty quick on this thing. If you couldn't hear on those shifts, I would let the clutch out and you would hear the engine immediately bog a little when the clutch was engaged. It's a lot quicker than it is in my Focus, for example. The clutch engage is pretty far down on the pedal, so that's pretty nice. Wow. The scenery up here in Washington County really is something else. Not very relevant, but whatever. Oh, it's just so telepathic. You feel everything. What a machine. 40. Traction control actually came on there. So let's see. I've been averaging 24.8 miles per gallon for this entire drive. And I've been driving like an ass. That's pretty impressive. That's the city mileage that they're expecting when I'm driving around totally gunning it, which is awesome. So much fun. 100 miles to empty. Man, I guess I am burning through a little bit of fuel here. Now, you see, the other thing about the GTI is I'm just cruising around 60 miles an hour right now, and you just don't feel anything. You can just relax and cruise and just thoroughly enjoy yourself without pushing the car too much. Like entering this turn, 60 miles an hour, feels like you're hardly even moving at 60. You're just casually going around some turns, and then you downshift, pin the gas, and you're flying. It's ridiculous. That was from 6th to 5th, and I just did that 20 mile an hour pull. It's ridiculously fast. And there's the turbo, and off you go. It's incredible. Absolutely incredible. And now you can stick it into the turns at a fair clip and know that you're going to make it out the other side. That's the thing, this car inspires so much confidence in you as the driver that you feel like you can go through turns at really high rates of speed and think you're going to come out the other side. And most of the times that's true. I don't want to find out when it becomes not true. That would not be fun. So I'm just keeping it to a nice steady pace here, thoroughly enjoying what the GTI has to offer. Driving it at like 6/10, 7/10, maybe 8/10, you know, yeah. But being, as I said in Motor Minds episode 1, I think I said I was the 4th best driver in the world. think I might have gone up a bit since then. That was like 9 months ago. I might be 3 or 2 now. So driving this GTI is nothing. That's all just total bullshit. Oh, this is way too amusing. Okay, just in case all of that was way too fast, I'm going to do a responsible point of view video. Doing nice, responsible speeds. God, it just grips so well in the turns. The steering is super direct, super precise. And it's actually fairly light, which is nice when you're just cutting through turns. You're not yanking the wheel. It's light, precise, accurate. This car just goes where you want it to go. Especially for a front-wheel drive car, it just goes straight in. There's really not a whole lot of push, which is actually pretty incredible considering the type of car that it is. Not bad at all. Now, this engine is really something else. I'll slow down a bit and get into the turbo so you guys can really experience. Rev matching is super easy. That's 5th, 4th, 3rd. And there's the turbo. Get in gear, buddy. That's incredible. What a machine this car is. The shifter can be a teeny bit vague at times, but overall, it is impressive. And I passed this guy earlier. That's hilarious. Same dude. Hey, bud. How's it going? Actually, I think that was a woman. Whatever. In this gender-neutral world, what does it matter? Wow. Well, I'm coming back into East Greenwich now, so I must depart, you guys. As always, thanks a bunch for watching Motor Minds. I hope you found this, not really review, but point of view video. It's not really informative, is it? It's just kind of, hold up, where am I? But yeah, as I was saying, I guess you can't really call this review, not even review, this point of view video informative, but it sure was a hell of a lot of fun for me to make, so if you want to live vicariously through me, this is how you do it. If you want to drive cars like this, start an automotive review channel. It's pretty awesome. As always, thank you for watching Motor Minds. I really hope you guys feel the need to subscribe. It helps us out a boatload. Find us on motormindsproduction.com. Like us on Facebook. Find us on other social media websites, Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff. Drive Tribe. We actually have a tribe now, except for no one's following it, so it's not viewed. We need to have at least 10 followers in order to actually show up on the website, which kind of sucks. So if you guys want to do that, that'd be pretty nice. But yeah, other than that, I hope you guys are watching our next video.